Hi everyone, and welcome to Paper Pumpkin Week here on Creative Chelsey. Over the past couple days, I've shared some great card ideas you can make with the contents from this month's kit. Today I'm sharing with you my 5th alternative card idea using the October 2025 Paper Pumpkin Kit called Cozy Christmas. If you'd like to watch me unbox the kit and create these cards or see any of my other alternatives, you can click on the playlist in the top right corner. I have made a lot of alternatives with the contents from this kit, and I use only the contents from one set. I do have a template showing you how to cut the card bases and the pieces plus the envelope to make all 8 cards, and you can download that using the link in the description below, or you can visit my blog creativechelsey.com and to get that free template. Today, I'm going to show you how to create this beautiful alternative card, and this card has some great little details, and I am excited to share it with you today. Each month, I take the contents from the Paper Pumpkin kits and make alternative projects. My cards are easy to follow and can be made by both experienced or new paper crafters. You may need just a couple other products to complete them. You can follow along with me using supplies you already have or purchase any products you see me use from my online store. And the link to all products is below in my description or on my blog, creativechelsey.com. We're going to start creating this card by embossing a section on the front. So it's just a little panel that goes all the way across the card. I'm going to use the Forever Plaid embossing folder, but you could use any embossing folder here. Any design would really work. Once we've done that, let's go ahead and add it to our card base. Both these cardstock pieces are garden green. And I like to use liquid glue when adding embossed cardstock to my card base, or really any pieces, because it really gets into those grooves and connects the pieces together. Such a great embossing folder. All right, so the next piece we're going to use is this brown pattern piece. It's been cut down from a larger piece, and we're going to expand it to make it a little bigger. It right now is 2 1/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And I'm going to cut it at about 1 inch. So I have a piece that is 1 inch and one that is 1 1/4 inches. Next, I'm going to add it to a piece of crumb cake cardstock. I'm going to put the larger piece on top. This crumb cake cardstock is 3 3/4 across to match that same length of this strip, and then 3 inches down. And that's going to elongate this piece because we're next going to cover it up with our greeting. So we've made a small piece larger. So from the cutting template, we also will have a small strip of the red card base. It is 2 1/4 by 3/4 of an inch. And we're just going to go ahead, cut it in half, and then create a fishtail banner on one side of each half. And to do that, I just like to do a little snip in the center and then go from corner to the top of that snip. And that gives me 2 fishtail banners that I'm going to now add to the sides of my crumb cake piece, right where this opening is. And I'm going to use my grid paper and just bring it out 1/4 inch beyond the crumb cake piece. The opening should be about 3/4 inch, and so it should fit right inside there, nice and tight. Okay, So it's going to look something like this. Next, I'm going to stamp my greeting on a piece of the basic beige card base. This is 1 1/4 inches by 3 1/8 inches. Again, you can cut it from the card base cutting template guide that I've got, and you can download that below. I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas right in the center, and I wanted to go with a darker ink color, so I'm using Early Espresso here, just to really make it stand out against all the other bold colors on this card. And I'm going to add this with dimensionals to the center of this piece. And I am tucking things behind, so you'll want to bring the dimensionals in just a little bit so that you can tuck some pieces from those die cut and the kit in underneath the greeting. And just kind of eyeball the center there, just like that. All right, let's go ahead and add it to our card base. I've put dimensionals on the back, and that's just going to go right in the center. And now we're going to cut out some pieces from the velvet pieces we have left over. I'm going to use 2, so I'm just going to grab this one that was left over from a previous alternative card. I'm also going to use this Joy. So the Joy, we make 3 cards, but they give you a 4th just because there's stamping on here, and so it's an extra just in case. So I'm going to use the flower or the snowflake in red, and I've already removed one, and I've added it to this card here. So this is the second one. And I'm just going to go ahead. I don't need to save this white Joy at all, so I'm just going to snip it right in half over that. From the basic beige ornament, I'm going to remove one of these little circles and pop that right in the center of that red snowflake flower piece. I love all these little velvet details. It's a really fun texture to add to your card. Not one that we use a lot of, or at least I don't. So that goes right there in the center. And we can pop this up with a dimensional. Just use a little dimensional here because we will be doing more tucking things underneath this. And I'm putting it up here in the top right corner, just because I have a little more space up here, just the way I designed the card. I'm not using any more from this. Let's go ahead and separate these 2 Christmas tree leftover pieces. I'm going to add these with just a little liquid glue and tuck them in the corner. So have one maybe right there and one about here, just like that. They're kind of the behind the scene element on that card. We also are going to use these little pine branches die cuts. We're going to keep the more of the fern-like for another card, so you can just remove those. Put them off to the side. We'll use those soon. And then we're going to separate some of these into smaller sections. So those 2, and then we have that one there, and this one. And we don't really see the bottom one, just the way we tuck it under. So add a little liquid glue. Let's just do that to all of these. We use all 4 pieces, and I like to separate them because then I can have more control over where I put them. Let's go ahead and take one of these, and we'll stick it behind here as well. And just kind of bring it over that just a little bit. So you can see a little bit of the second one underneath there, but not a lot. Let's go ahead and take another one and we'll stick it right here. And then one, doesn't really matter which ones you use. Put one there. And one here. Okay. So really cute little addition. And then I have die cut some pieces with some of the leftover card base patterns. I've done the sprig and then the leaf, and we're just going to tuck these around as well. And I like adding just a little more texture with that pattern paper there. So that's really a fun addition to this card. Oh, let's see. Maybe we'll put that one coming down just a little bit. That one didn't stick, so I'm just going to put this first and then put that on top of it. Try again. There. Separate that just a little bit more. And then these cute little brown sprigs, they're cut with the same pattern as the background. So they'll blend in just a little bit, which is nice. So if you want, you can kind of put them in front so that you don't lose them in the design. This one I do want to have kind of right there. This one over here. Super cute. Just layering all those shapes and textures together makes this card really turn out nice. So I'm going to go ahead and use some sequins just to add a little bit of bling to the card. So once you've added those sequins, you can go ahead and add some white cardstock to the inside for your greeting. I chose to cut it to be the same size as the green embossed piece on the front. And so that way we're moving that same layout that's on the front to the inside. And I've done that with most of my cards for this kit. I think it just makes it feel a little more unified so that you have that same layout on the front and the inside. And your card is all done. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me create this beautiful card today. If you're interested in getting written instructions or seeing close-up images, you can visit my blog, creativechelsey.com. If you would like to subscribe to get your own paper pumpkin kit, you can do so using the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.